two. Hey there, everybody. Mandy here and Kara's here too. We are so excited about this. And we are just so glad that you're here with us to do this with us. So we're going to take just a second. We're going to pop this into our group, the Purposeful Woman, and that'll give us a minute too to talk about the Purposeful Woman, the group. If you are not a part of the group, please join today. You can go to my cover photo, and you can click on the link right there, and it'll take you right there to the group. So we would love to have you in there. So I think we are good to go. Let me make sure. Yay, we are good.
We're good.
Okay, awesome. All right, let me hit a couple more buttons here, and then we are good. And before we really officially start here, we, at the end, we are also broadcasting, well, we're doing the podcast, of course, and then we're broadcasting live, of course. You can see us right here. And we will be answering questions, talking at the end, so please stick around. And if you have any comments or questions or anything like that, feel free to comment.
Yes.
So, okay. All right. I'm pressing record here. Karis?
Yay.
All righty. All right. So welcome to the Purposeful podcast.
Yay.
We are so excited to be here, and we're just amazed at what is going on behind the scenes every single day. It's just amazing. The women that we are coming in contact with, just everything. It's just so exciting. So this podcast has been in the making for a very long time, but it is amazing how timing just always works out just right and brings the right people together. So with that being said, we want to introduce ourselves. Earlier I said, I'm Mandy. And this is Kara Snyder, and both of us are going to just kind of lay it out and tell you who we are. You want to start, Kara?
Yeah, definitely. So, like Mandy said, my name is Kara Snyder, and I live in North Alabama in a little town called Coleman. And Mandy and I have gotten to know each other a lot the last few months, and it's really cool just how we met and how our paths crossed each other, and even the people that we knew, the connections that we had before her and I met. So that's a really cool story in itself. But I'm excited to be here today with you guys to share on this podcast. And just, our heart is really to be real with y'all and to share our stuff, because we have stuff. We're not doing this podcast because we have it all together by any means at all. What we have found is that we don't have it all together, and we feel like we're not alone, and other women are out there saying, I need to know that I'm not crazy, that I have somebody there with me on this journey that is still trying to figure it out. And that's what we're here for. And for me and for my life, and we'll do, we're excited about just the different topics we're going to talk about with the podcast. But several years ago, I fell into a really difficult time with depression and anxiety attacks, and it was really hard. And I'll be honest with you, if you're watching this video today, I was one of those people who said, depression is not real, you're feeling sorry for yourself, you need to suck it up, you need to pray harder, you need to do more, because I didn't know. I had no idea until I fell into my own battle with it, and I realized, hey, this is real, this is a hard struggle, and I don't really know that I'm needed here on this earth anymore. I landed there, and that was a scary time for me. And depression and anxiety tried to steal my life, tried to suck the life out of me, and it tried to take me out. And the crazy thing was, my husband and I were leading worship at the time, but it still got me. And God used that in my life to help me see we all struggle. None of us are perfect. And I had to take my mask off and get real. And so those are some things that I'll be talking about with you guys, just about depression and anxiety and how I deal with those things and work through those things, because I still have my bad days. I still have days where I don't want to get out of the bed, or I have days where I just feel like a hot mess and I want to cry. And I just, my husband, he's like, it's hard for him. It's hard for others around me. And so, but I have that group around me to support me. And so that's what we want to do here for you. And so that's just a little bit about me. It's just to let you know that. So what you see here, you see somebody who may be smiling and maybe, here to encourage you, but on the inside, I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my goodness, is this right? Is this okay? Am I doing this right? And so I get it. Mandy and I get it. And so that's what we're here for. We just want to share us. We want to share our life. It's scary to share your life, and it's scary to be real with people, because let's be honest, sometimes women, it's hard for us to be real with each other, but we want to do it. We're willing to do it, because if it'll help you, and if it'll help somebody who's out there like I was today, who's saying, I'm not needed here on this earth, if it'll help you realize you are needed, you do have purpose, then it's totally worth it to share the good, bad, and ugly with you guys. So that's just a little bit about me. So yeah, Mandy, what about you?
As you were talking, I was thinking, because my husband always, it's a joke, but it's not a joke, but he'll say things. I look so calm and collective on the outside, but on the inside, my head's going, I'm thinking of all different scenarios. So I was thinking about that whenever you're saying it. So yeah, we're real. It's real life. I was actually even talking to somebody about that last night. So, but yeah, I am Amanda Middleton. My friends and family call me Mandy. So you are more than welcome to. Some of you know me from AmandaMiddleton.me. I am an owner of several businesses, including a travel agency and 2 blogs. I have made a social media presence through that, and also through the Purposeful Woman group. So anyway, and if you followed me for any amount of time, you know that I've had my struggles, and my whole platform is let's just get real, and let's just be real about this motherhood and this woman journey, because it stinks some days, but it's okay to say that it stinks, because I think so many times you hear you're not supposed to really say that. And, but the thing is, just don't stay in it. That's the thing. You can't stay in it. So we just know that we are going through this with you. We may be a couple of steps ahead of you, but that's the beauty of it, is that we want to be able to share our stories and let you know that it's real life. I've been through lots of obstacles, or one in particular in my life that was a huge tragedy for me, and I really had to dig my way out of it. And it affected every relationship that I had, from my marriage to my kids, the relationship with my kids, friend relationships, business relationships, everything, because it just affected everything. And you don't realize that those stories affect so much. So, that is why I birthed AmandaMiddleton.me, the blog, and all, just it's time for us to get real. So that's exactly what we're going to do, is to get real, share those life stories that we've been through. And just so you know that you're not alone. You're not alone in this womanhood. You're not alone in this motherhood. You're not alone. And sometimes you just need the permission to say, okay, this stinks today, but tomorrow's going to be a better day. And, we're not just here to tell you stories. We're also here to help you overcome it, to help you be able to tell those stories one day like we are, and know that we overcame it. But every single day, like Karis just said, we're continuously overcoming it, because we have our dark days just like everybody. We're not perfect. And we just need to break the mold and be real, just be real about this whole thing. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, and you need those friends. You need that family that you can be real with, because if you don't, you're going to keep it inside. And eventually it's going to explode. Everybody explodes in a different way. And most of the time it's not pretty. So we've all had those situations, right? So yeah. But I will let Karis tell you about why we created the podcast, because honestly, the name of it definitely was birthed from her, and it's something that she really relates to. So,
yeah. So, and I talked about this a little bit when I was just sharing a little bit about myself. But so why purposeful woman? I know we've seen a lot of things with purposeful in it or whatever. And as Mandy and I were talking, just trying to come up with a good title for this, and what would it be, for women to hear and be like, oh, I really want to hear that. And so, just through my life and through things, that I went through, it was like God continued to remind me that I was purposeful, and you are purposeful, whoever's listening to that. So what does that mean? So I know, and maybe you guys have experienced this before, and you might can relate to this. When I was going through all of my stuff, I really felt like I had failed God. I felt like I was no longer good enough. And, like I said, I wasn't needed. I didn't have a purpose. And so finally, the Lord kind of was like, listen, I'm not mad at you. You are not a failure. And I still have a purpose for you. And all of this is going to be used for that. And so it was kind of like he was showing me, and how he, even people in the Bible, when they would go through hard things, they would go through hard times and struggles, and they would be like maybe you and I, and be like, where are you, God? Or why am I alone? Or this, that, or the other. He was there. And all of that was just going to be a part of how he was going to use them. So no matter what your hot mess is, no matter what your struggle is, no matter what you feel like your crazy is, God's going to use it. And so you're purposeful. All of that's going to be part of your purpose. And so sometimes we have to take the mask off so the purpose can shine out. So what are some things maybe that you may struggle with, or others that are going to listen to this recording later? It could be tragedy in your life. It could be depression. It could be anxiety. It could be comparison. I mean, hello, how many of us compare ourselves, Like while I was putting my makeup this morning, I was comparing myself and all this other stuff. We do that as women. It could be where you feel like a failure. You have fear in your life. Fear is a big one. It could be things with money. I know, we all have those struggles as well, good or bad with money. It could be as women, as mamas, or as grandmamas or business owners, we should all the time, we say in our head, I should be spending more time with my kid. I should be doing more in my business. I should be more involved in my church. I mean, we should all over ourselves. Be careful saying that, because just be careful. But we do. We should all over ourselves, and we should not. See, I just said it. We don't need to do that. So all of that.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, pretty much. It really is. Let's just be honest. So, I mean, all of that makes us say to ourselves, well, I don't have a purpose anymore. And it just makes us want to quit. And that's not true. So whatever all your stuff is, and that's what these podcasts are going to be about, are those things, even talking about being a mama and a wife, and how to read the word of God, all of those things. We're going to talk about all those topics and talk about how you as a person, you have a purpose that nobody else has. Nobody else has. I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, look at your fingerprints. And out of all the billions of people in the world, God didn't make anybody else with the fingerprints that he gave you. Right. Because that's how special you are. That's how much you matter. That's why he created you with a purpose. And we're going to struggle because we're human. We're not perfect. So instead of trying to pretend to be perfect, let's just lay it all out there and say, okay, what is my purpose in all of this? So that's what our goal is with this, is to help you see that you are full of purpose. No matter where you're at in your life right now, you're full of purpose. It's just working together to help you get there. to that, right? I mean,
Absolutely. And, even society puts a lot of stigmas there on women and stuff. Like, if you're a mom, you should be just a mom. Or maybe that's not for you. Maybe it is for you, and that's okay. But you're more than just a mom. You're more than just a woman. You've got so much more purpose in your life. And, and that's what me and Karis want to do, is to help you find that purpose. Because again, that purpose. Everybody pretty much knows that purpose. And two, like Karis was saying, you do that comparison game. You do that, I should be doing this all the time. Yeah. When honestly, I mean, let's just be honest. Your shoulds aren't the same as my shoulds. We all have that same, but it kind of goes back to the world says that we should be doing this. No, what should you be doing for you and for your family and for God? And, so and while you were talking, I was just sitting here thinking about, whenever I first became a mom, you really beat yourself up and you're like, okay, well, this book says that I should be doing this. And then this book says that I should be doing this. And then you get so caught up in all of that, you kind of miss the bigger picture. And, I know if y'all followed me for any amount of time, you know that I talk about whenever I first became a mom, how hard that struggle was. And I went inward and had a lot of anxiety because I felt like I did all the shoulds and I wasn't doing those shoulds.
And it wasn't working. Yeah.
Right. And it wasn't working. And it ended up with me bawling my eyes out or calling my husband saying, you got to come home. I'm not made for this, and then you start doubting, and that's not, that's just not cool. That's not, and we've been there and we've done that and we still struggle with that. I still, I talk about it on my blog and in my lives all the time. I still struggle with anxiety, but anxiety does not own me. I now own it. I now make sure that I overcome it every single day. We all have those struggles, and it's time for us to unveil the mask. Yeah. Like Sarah said, take it off and say, I have a purpose. And, this gig some days just doesn't make any sense, but I'm going to keep walking in faith. Yeah. And that's what we're here to help you, see. And just know that I'll probably say this 10 times, we're walking this with you. We may be a couple of steps ahead of you, maybe, but we're walking it with you because we're overcoming every single day, just like you are. This life sometimes, can be hard, but it's what we make of it for sure. Would you agree? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we're human and we have our scars like you guys do. And so, we're not sharing our scars because we have it all figured out. We're sharing them because we wish somebody would have shared with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we know that God has us here to help each other. And like Mandy was saying, we have, we might be a couple of steps further than what you are in some things, but some of y'all may be listening to this and y'all may be a couple of steps further than we are. Really? And so in this group, in this Purposeful Woman group, share, help us, I mean, if you have something you can offer, we want you to do that. And so yeah, I think you're totally right. This is a journey for all of us.
Absolutely. And with her talking about the group, like I said, if you are friends with me on Facebook, you can go to my cover photo and click on it, and then it'll take you to a link. Press that link and it goes straight to the Purposeful Woman group. Just ask to join. We would love for you to be there just so we can talk, we can converse, we can comment back with y'all and everything. It's such an awesome group of women. Me and Karis don't just post in there what other women are posting in there. They're asking questions. They're showing some love and encouragement and empowering other women. So if that is something that you would like to be a part of, please go there. Or if you cannot find it through there, go to bit.ly/purposefull, and the full is FULL. So again, bit.ly/purposefull, FULL. So we would love to have you. And who is this group for and who is this podcast for? It's for everybody. It's for all women, all ages. I mean, teenagers, new moms, we'll call us seasoned moms or grandmothers or, anybody and everybody, because I really do. And Karis feels the same. We can all, like she was just saying, we can all learn from each other. So we would love to see you in there and we would love to get to know you. But this podcast is geared towards all women. And all women, like I said, teenagers all the way up, because, we all need support in every single part of our lives. And I know that I need different support now than I did before, or, and I know that I'm going to need different support later. And so that's the beauty of all of it. It's, that's where the group comes into, where we can all just be with each other and help each other. So, but that is basically who it is for, who we want to be a part of this, what our vision is. And I believe that God has so much more in store for this, so much more to come out of it. And it's just amazing. It really is amazing to see how far Karis and I have come as individuals, as business people, as moms, as wives, and we just want to relate to as many people as we can. And so, like I said, we would love for you to be in the group. And also, we also have other things going on as well. I'm sorry, I keep dinging here and I don't know what's dinging.
I know. I have people saying they can't connect, so I'm wondering if that's what they're telling you.
Maybe. Let's see. Hang on one second. Let's see. It says we're connected, so I don't know. I just keep.
Well, we are recording it, so if you can't get connected, we're going to share the recording.
Right. Exactly. So you can find it in other places as well. And this was kind of a test run to see what happens and how it happens and what's going to happen and all that kind of stuff. So
yes,
we just wanted to introduce ourselves. And like I said, we have other things going on as well. If you have been in the Purposeful Woman group for a while, you also know that I have a consulting business that goes along with all of this. So I'm always sharing different things. Right now, sharing a monthly membership for everybody to be a part of. And it is amazing. I absolutely love it. And if you would like to go check that out, you are more than welcome to go check that out as well. You will also get more information about it in being in the Purposeful Woman group. So there's so much more going on behind the scenes, and there's so much more going on besides the podcast, because we're trying to connect to all of you in as many ways as we can. And we're just trying, because I know that some of you cannot always get on live. Most of us are moms, so it's hard to watch a live all the time. I know with live videos, I put down my phone and I just listen to it. So this is the beauty of the podcast here. So we're trying to make it easy for you to be able to connect in any way that you can. So with that being said, we thank you so much for being here. I hope that explains a little bit more of what the podcast is, who we are, why we're doing it, and what we're doing it, or who we're doing it for.
Yeah.
We thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
And we hope that you join us again. Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll do this. What do we say? Every 2 weeks we'll be doing this.
So the next podcast will be on June 19th.
Right.
So we definitely see y'all there. And we just appreciate y'all being here.
Yes. Thank you for sharing it with your friends too and helping us spread the word about this and helping us get it out. And keep doing that. We want to, we're willing to help and talk to as many of you that need it. I know Mandy and I are talking, we've had people tell us from California to Nashville that they were excited about this. So whoever you know, wherever they are, share it, because this might be the very thing that they needed to help them get out of whatever it is that they're going through. They may need this community to know that they're not walking alone on their own journey. So
absolutely. I'm going to look at comments here and see.
Yeah. Has anybody posted any questions or anything?
I don't think so, but I'm going to go to let's see. I think we've got a couple of comments here. So, and I'm running slow. Okay. Yes. Grace is here. And thank you, everybody that shared it. We sure do appreciate it. That was a lot of shares. Y'all are amazing. Grace is on, and she said, depression is real. If you have ever loved someone and watched them go through it, then you know it's real. Absolutely.
It is. For sure.
It's definitely real, and it's more real than what a lot of people think. Depression, anxiety, like I said earlier in the broadcast, that some days I look really calm right here, but on the inside I'm like, what's going on? So it's real, and a lot more people do that than what you know. You never know what they're going through, honestly.
Yeah. And I always would tell people that I was a master at the mask. Even after I finally came out of my depression, and I would started saying to people, I am going through depression right now, and I'm talking with a doctor and a counselor, and they were like, really? You? And I'm like, yes, and I was dying inside. And that's what depression will do. It makes you feel like you can't talk to anybody, and you just, like you were saying, go inward when you really need to be going outward and getting help. And it affects so many people, more than what anybody can ever imagine. So it's real. It's real. And you're worth it to get help if you're going through that. Like your life is worth it to go get you help.
And in that spot, you kind of think that you're not. And,
exactly. That's what it tells you.
Mm-hmm.
It wants to take it away from you.
Big fat lie, for sure.
Yes.
And let's see. Brandon Snyder, hey there, love this. You are going to help so many women with this. Yes. And Vanda, this is awesome. So thank y'all so much for joining us live. Like I said, we're going to do this again in 2 weeks. So, and we will let you know, and send out reminders and all that kind of stuff as well. So.
Right. And then I had a couple recording. They're going to be able to, there's going to be a video recording and a separate audio recording.
Right.
Correct.
Right. We're going to have all of that available here pretty soon, just in case you had a hard time connecting live. So yay!
Awesome.
And just to get this first one out is such a huge thing. We've had to hurdle obstacles to get here at times, and get past fears and get past just everyday stuff to get here. But this is so important to us because we know that you need it, we need it, all need it, and we all need to be real here. So thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you.
We will see all of you soon.
Hey, bye everybody.